Look at all this loot! DJ, none for you! Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I have received this most auspicious package. This package is a reminder that every once in a while it's actually pretty cool to be me. Because this package comes to me from one of my absolute favorite designers within our hobby, the vaunted and legendary 3D Printed Solid. If you're not familiar with their stuff, you should be. Link will be down in the description. They design some of the coolest stuff for our hobby, and years ago when I still lived in Tacoma, they sent me some stuff for review. They sent me their Hammershot and their Chronos holsters, and to this day, all these years later, those holsters are still part of my standard HVZ loadouts. I brought at least one of their holsters to every single HVZ that I attended last year. They are magnificent, they work perfectly, and I love them. And recently, during my 2022 end of the year build project vlog, somebody mentioned I should probably change that name to be a more easily said acronym, and I regret not doing that now. Anyway, during that project, I built a Perseus, and while the Perseus is a lovely, lovely blaster, the hopper on it could use some better design work. The balls in the very back of it have a tendency to get gummed up and not feed because there's no agitator. And so 3D Printed Solid designed a really simple ramp that you put in the back of the hopper to alleviate that problem. You lose a couple of rounds worth of capacity, but if you're using an extended hopper, that's not really an issue. I'm feeding from a proton pack, so I couldn't care less. I just want it to feed. And a number of people mentioned it in the comments, and so I went to 3D Printed Solid to find it. It was a $9 part. Take my money. They had another gizmo that I really liked. It was an adjustable cap for the Nexus Pro that allows you to dial in the pre-compression and choose what setting you want, which was something I had thought of would be a really cool idea way back when those things first came out, but never actually implemented it. I did know someone who gave it a try. And so they had that part and like, well, I must have one of those as well. That looks fabulous. So I ordered those two parts and thought that that would be the end of it. And here's where it becomes cool to be me. Because a few days later, when the order was getting processed, or actually probably was a few hours later, now that I think about it, while the order was getting processed, I got an email from them going, "Ha! You thought you could get away, did you? Order something all sneaky like, ha ha ha." And they offered to send me a whole bunch of stuff. Some things that may not even be out yet, things that I absolutely did not know that I needed in my life. And yeah, we sent back and forth, got specs, and there is some awesome stuff in here. This is actually not the first take. My screen fogged up because it's damp here, and so yeah, let's go through it. It's pretty cool. First thing I would like to note is that it was originally all individually bubble wrapped and was much nicer. They do a good job of packaging to make sure your stuff doesn't get damaged, but like I said, this is not the first take. So we will start with the item that's here on top. This is a barrel extension for the Perseus. So this was the first thing they offered since they knew I was doing a Perseus build. They're like, hey, you want our barrel front? Yes I do. I'm looking forward to seeing how that installs and to getting that added on. I am going to be doing another Perseus. The one that I previously built has the extended hopper and is designed to work with a proton pack. This one will not have the extended hopper. We will have the direct feed that out of dart cells, which, as we saw in the video on the Perseus, is much more reliable and is much more consistent rate of fire. And so I wanted both, and so I just bought another Perseus, and I'm going to do one that has this extension rather than the other one has the Silver Fox front grip, which is just cool looking. So they will be distinct, and that'll be awesome. This is the feed ramp. This is what started this whole mess. This just goes into the hopper and gives it a little bit gives gravity a chance to actually feed the rounds for you. So that will be getting installed into my my current Perseus. This will go on to the next one. It will get a slightly different paint job. It'll be pretty cool. So we got those two parts. This is the other part that I ordered. This is the extendable, adjustable cap for your Nexus, and apparently I've got an experimental version and a extended design. So apparently I've got all of the caps in all of the land. So that's awesome. I have no idea how they work. I will probably have to ask. That is going to be cool. And then we have the really cool thing. Well, first of all, we have mag holders for a Nightingale. Nightingale mag here. There we go. and it can go either way, feed from the top, feed from the bottom. It just, you pull through, it just clicks into place. You can top off your magazines if necessary. It's pretty snazzy. Goes onto a standard belt. If you can figure out how the release works, which, there we go. You can just put it onto any belt. Pretty nifty. And we'll see why that's even more important, well, here in a second. Because amongst the holsters, I didn't even notice that the first time. The holsters have my logo on them. See? It's cool being me sometimes. They have sent me 2 pairs of holsters. We have a right and left holster for the Trailblazer, which there's another amazing coincidence story that'll get involved when I do the full video on these. Everything in here will get its own full review. This is just me showing off the cool stuff that 3D Printed Solid sent me. I will be doing a pair of modified Trailblazers in the near future, which is going to be, well, like I said, an amazing coincidence involved there as well. Looking forward to that because they're hammer shots with higher capacity. We then have a Nexus Pro stock, which goes along beautifully with, obviously, the Nexus Pro parts. I do have one that already has a pretty cool stock on it, but this one is also pretty cool. They've got a thumb screw on a door that opens up so you can access the adjustable bit. My other one also has that as well, but I've got more than one Nexus, so we're gonna build them all together. And then we have the second pair of holsters. These are Nightingale holsters, and this is one that I was super excited about because I got Nightingales. They are awesome. Awesome stuff from 3D Printed Solid. Like I said, there will be videos on each of these separately. I'll do a video on the holsters for each of these once I'll do as soon as possible. These will have to wait until I actually get and build the custom blasters for it. This will be going on to that build. This will be going on to a blaster. They'll all get reviews, and I'm really looking forward to it. This was, again, like I said, just a video to show off the cool stuff that makes me feel special. So, my absolute deepest thanks to 3D Printed Solid for all of this awesome stuff and for all that they do. Look, my logo. Is it on here? Oh, it's not. It could have been, but it isn't. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah, that's just super cool. Yeah. Get yourself some stuff from 3D Printed Solid. Links will be in the description. Thank you for watching.